Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today we are going through 11 examples of Python conditional statement line by line. We cover if, if-else, if-elif-else, then nested if, one-liners, input validation and exception handling. Let's start from example 1. Example 1, that is simple if. Now here is the in that first code cell. So that is the example 1. So in example 1, line 1, okay, this is the line 1. So line 1, it is print, then some invite double quoted, so equal sign, then example 1 simple if. So this line just show the prints of the heading, so we know which example we are in. Then line number 2 is equal to 20. So from here we created a variable age and stored the value 20. Then line number 3, if age greater than equal to 18, then colon. Okay, so now we understand one by one. So here if. So if is the keyword that start a conditional statement. Then age greater than, now age greater than equal to 8. So that is the condition. And Python checks is 20 greater than or equal to 18. And here is the colon. Okay, so this is the condition and last here is the colon. So this is very important. So the colon at the end is very mandatory. It tells Python the condition is done and then block start next. Now line number 4. Line number 4 is print you are eligible to vote. This line is indented. So here you can see there is a 4 space inside. After that print statement actually started. So actually indentation tells Python this lines belongs to the if block. Now since 20 greater than equal to 18, that is true. Okay, so 20 greater than equal to 80 means true. So this line actually execute. So now, so from as it is true, so if that age were less than 18, so here, so age greater than equal to 18, so that line will execute and it will give you are eligible to vote. If the age were less than 18, Python would skip this line entirely. So now here you can see the Python is running. Just wait for a few seconds. Okay, so already we have that output, but you can see that as tick mark. So example 1 simple if. Okay, so from this print statement, and second as this line is executed, so you are eligible to vote. Now coming to the example 2, if else statement. So again, so line number 1, it will tells the heading. Okay, so example 2 if else, and then here line number 2, so number is equal to 5. Okay, so here storing the value 5 in the variable is number. Now line number 3, if number %2 equal to 0, that means percentage means is the modulus operator, gives the remainder after division. So here 5 that modulus operator 5% 2, so that is actually 1. So when 5 is divided by 2, remainder is 1. So if that 1 equal to 0, so if that is true, then this line will execute. If not, then this line will execute. So as that 5% 2 equal 0, so that is not true, so this line will not execute, so it will directly execute that print odd number. So if you run, already I have run, so it will give that example 2 if else odd number. Now coming to the example 3. So here again that in the top it will show what we are going to do. Here we are going to do is if, elif and else statement. So first line 2, marks is equal to 75. So marks stored as 75. Now if marks greater than equal to 90, if that is the true, then it will print here as it is not true, as false, so it will move to the next. It will move to elif. Again it will check marks greater than equal to 75 means here elif means else if. So here it is checked only when the previous condition was false. Okay, so as previous condition is false, so it will come here. Now here 70 greater than equal to 75, obviously yes, true. So these blocks run, so it will print grade B. So now grade B, and then it will coming out from that block. So once that prints get B, then all remaining elif and else are skipped. Okay, so now if you run, you can see that. So you'll get that in that heading after that grade B. So line 7 to 10 never reached. Okay, so after getting that, so it will skip. So 7 to 9 it will not run, and Python exit the chain after first true. So here is the key point: condition are checked top to bottom, fast match win, then order matter. Okay, so now next example is nested if. Okay, so here username, right, line 2 to 3. So variable username is equal to admin, that is string, and another is password. So password is 1234, that is also string. Now here if username equal to admin. Okay, so outer if check username first. So admin is equal to admin, it is true, so enter outer block. Outer block means it will come here. So if it is that username is equal to admin means true, means it will come here, right? Now it will check if password is equal to 1234. That if inner if it is true, then print login successful. If not, then print a wrong password. Now in that outer if that username is not equal to admin, then it will come to the else section, and then it will print the invalid username. Okay, so now if you see here, so login successful. Now coming to the example 5. Okay, so here line number 2, x is equal to 10. Okay, now here in line number 3, if x greater than 0, prints positive number. That will print. So if x greater than means one line if else, right? So if x greater than 0, obviously it is true, so it will print positive number. Print even. Okay, so if x %2 is equal to 0, so that will give remainder 0, so that will print even. Otherwise it will print odd. So that way also we can write that if else means one line if else, right? You can see here. So example 5, so positive number and then even number. So if that is the satisfied, so then it will print even, and if not, that will print odd. Now next is using isdigit. Okay, so that is example using digit. Okay, so here line 2, that code is equal to input enter your age. So here input takes you input from the keyboard. Everything typed is stored as a string. Now line number 3 is blank. Now line number 4, if code is digit. Okay, so here isdigit is a string method, right? So it will return true if every character in the string is a digit 0 to 9. Otherwise it will go to the else. So so if it is true, then it will print that you are entered digitally. If not, then it will come here, print that is not a number. Now here, so if we run, so it will ask the user input. Suppose I am putting 5. Okay, so and then enter. So you will see, so enter your age is 5, so you are entered digitally, right? Now again if I run, so suppose I am giving a alphabet and enter, then that is not a number. So you can see how to use isdigit function. Now coming to that example 7, age validation with isdigit function. Okay, so now here again, so age is again this is the variable and input function is there, so input will take from the user. Now after that, so it will check if age is digit. Okay, so first it will check if it is that, then age is equal to, now it will take as a integer. Okay, now if age greater than 18, then you are adult, that will print. If not, then you are a minor. Now if that age dot is digit, means if it is not a digit, so it will come here, that else statement. So print invalid input, please enter number only. Now if you run here, you can see that. So now if I run, if I put the number, so you can see you are adult. Now again if I run and if I put some other things, suppose ABC, that is not a number, ABD. So now you can see invalid input, please enter number only. Now coming to the roll number. Okay, so another isdigit function. So here that print example 8 roll number check. So here roll is that variable, so here user will give that roll. Okay, if roll does I is digit, so then it will run here. If roll number is, if length of the roll is equal to 6, so then it will be valid roll number. If not, then roll number must be 6 digit alone. So that if statement, if this is true, then it will run here. Again it will check. Okay, so length roll is equal to 6, it will check, and then based on that it will give the print. Now if it is that roll number is not digit, so it will come here. So print invalid roll number, only digit allowed. It is like that. So if you run that, you can easily get. So if I give suppose 1 2 3 4 5 6, so 6 digit, so you can get valid roll number. Okay, so if it is not, suppose again if I run, suppose if I put 1 2 3 4 5 6 7, so you can see roll must be 6 digit long. Now if I run again and if I do some A B C, that will come else statement. So you can see that invalid roll number, only digit allowed. Okay, now coming to the example 9, OTP verification. Again OTP is the that variable input. Here user will give the input, and if OTP is digit, then and if length is 4, then it will run. If not, then OTP must be exactly 4 digit, and if it is something else, so invalid OTP, only number allowed. So if you run that, so if I give 1 2 3 4, so is OTP verified. Again if I do suppose 1 2 3 4 5, so OTP must be exactly 4 digit. Now if I do something 1 2 3 and then character, okay, so OTP invalid OTP, only number allowed. Okay, now coming to the example 10, email validation using @ in ML. So email, again input, enter your email. So if @ in email, so print valid email format. If else, that print invalid email. Other things also be there. So here we are just checking in that email whether @ is there or not. Okay, so that we can check. So here if we run, and then here I am putting something like that, a@b.com. okay, if I do that, so a valid format. Okay, now if I run, okay, something, if AB, now enter, so it will be invalid email. Now example 11, that is the last example. So email and age validation using try except. Okay, so now here email, so input, enter your email. So if @ in email and the dot is there, dot in email, so print look like a valid email address. If it is not, invalid. Okay, now another is try. Here age is equal to input, enter your age, so that is integer it will take. So if it is then print your age is age. Okay, now here if you put some something, that character or something, so that will give the error, please enter number only. It will be like that. Okay, so that you can run here. Okay, so your email ID at b.com. So you can see, and enter age, suppose 25. So your age is 25. Now if you run again, a@b.com, okay, is okay. Now if you do something, as, so error, please enter number only for age. Okay, it will be like that. So that's it. I hope you learn the conditional statement. Okay, so if you feel this video is helpful, so please like and subscribe. See you in the next video. Happy coding. Thank you.